Peace, family. Dr. Ali is in the building. I actually got multiple cameras going here. And I'm streaming on YouTube and Facebook. YouTube, Facebook. All right. Quick discussion. I want to let the group pile up. Everybody come on in. Invite your family in because we're about to go in. It's going to be short and sweet as always. However, it is incumbent upon me that I cover this again. This will be 11 years of me saying the same thing every year. And this is for my indigenous family all across the earth, original people who are plagued with the curse of believing that they must adhere to a foreigner's culture to be successful. No matter where you are in America, Africa, Caribbean, wherever you are, it is a self-imposed curse. And we're going to break it. All right? We're going to use simple facts to break it. I'm here to talk about Ramadan, right? But I want to talk about it in a context of indigenous cultures globally, because they have a underlying theme that can help us globally. And so when I speak to my people, I'm talking to all original people on the earth. These false borders were made by outsiders in order to keep you divided. We do have distinct differences amongst people, but prior to having these new little bad children on our planet, we had a pretty good interaction until certain things started happening. And one of the things that started happening is people learning what to think instead of how to think. That is my theme for the rest of my life, because I now see what the core problem is. Your brain has been taught what to think, but not how to think. And it is in that modality, which is a lower grade modality of thought. And we want to help you out. Salute. Let the folk come on in. Invite your family in. And please, please invite all of your Islamic scholars, whoever they may be. We have the ability to ask questions on here. I can support every word that I'm going to say. Every word. Every word. Our problem as original people is we believe that these other people, whoever they may be, have something that we need, that we must believe in to accomplish some objective. And it is absolutely problematic. And I will prove it not only with just facts, but with projections into the future. All right? It must be understood. And I'm going to use my books. Let's use books. It must be understood that there is a way to vet information carefully to expose a liar. It is really easy. All you have to do is catch them double talking. And then watch them to see what their motive is. And then know your own history. So bring all your family in. Bring all of the Nation of Islam, Bring all of the scholars that follow the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, whoever they may be. Bring them into the chat. Tag them right now, inbox them, and tell them that Brother Ali is on, and we want you to bring your sword out to see if your sword can last in the ring with Ali. Bring them all out. Y'all about to commit an atrocity tomorrow. I'm going to now call it an atrocity. Following foreign people to your own detriment is an atrocity. It's an atrocity. It will curse you, your children, your children's children, and your children's children's children, who will receive absolutely no benefit from what you are advocating that they're participating in. None. So bring them on in, family. Bring them on in. All Muslims. We got how many followers on Facebook? Thousands. Thousands of people following. YouTube, 40, 50,000 people. Some of them are Muslim. Some of them are Moors. Bring them on in. Because we're about to go in. We're about to go in. All right. You see this shirt right here? Thank Bully Graphics for making this shirt. Bully Graphics, where you at? That's my man. He made this shirt, and it says Bismillah. Bismillah is called the Tasmiyah in Islamic heritage and history. And it is 3 words, all right? Ismi means a name, but it goes deeper to reflect the nature of something. So you have attributes of Allah, which are names, which are the nature to describe. Bid means to be with something. And Allah means simply the God. Or in context, the designer of the heavens and the earth. So when we say Bismillah, we are saying we are with the nature of the designer of the heavens and the earth. Those are the first words that you utter. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The first words. You are saying you are with the nature of the designer of the heavens and the earth. You are not saying anything else. So when we look at the heavens and the earth, what are we looking at? Stars, planets, moons, all that stuff that's out there that's operating based on absolute and natural law. And so if that is what we are invoking, then that means we should be reflecting upon nature to solve our problems. And in fact, we are instructed to do so in this book. Surah Al-Rum's 30th Surah, 30th Ayah. And some of you have seen my translations on that. So let's get into it, because we got people in now and y'all ready, and it's about to get hot in the kitchen. So let me cool myself off, sir, first. The subject is a simple one. Tomorrow, 1 billion people who believe that they are worshiping or venerating the creator of the heavens and the earth via a man that left a message will actually be venerating satanic scholars who have existed over time and giving them energy, power, attention in their deviation from something that was good. That is what's going to happen. Over 1 billion people. The earth only has about 7 billion people. So that's 1/7 of the earth's population following something that could be solved in 5 to 10 minutes. What that shows you is that it's very easy to deceive people because they are taught what to think and not how to think. And this is all based on them wanting to cleanse their bodies through fasting and give attention to their spiritual nature as a people, if you want to use that word, to give to other people, but to follow a system in doing so. So I'm going to start this off with an example, since we are taught Bismillah with the nature of the designer of the heavens and the earth, which is also the designer of the body. Absolute truth does not change. It doesn't change. It stays consistent, right? Relative truth changes to apply it to a situation, right? Example, if 1,000 or 10,000 years ago, there was a virus that my ancestors made antibodies to, right? Let's say an ancient form of hepatitis or something, right? Your body makes specific antigens to deal with that virus. Today, if there's a new virus, the body builds immunity relative to that new conflicting thing. It's not going to use antibodies specific to another virus 30,000 years ago to solve a problem that just developed within the last 100 years. It's going to use something specific. So, what does that tell you? That tells you that in life, we adjust based on our circumstances so that we can overcome a particular challenge at a particular time. The challenges that were here 100 years ago were unique to that time. Maybe some similar, family and other stuff, but they're unique. This time we have different challenges. We live in the United States of America. And so our ability to use something that has absolute law in it has to be relative to our circumstances. That's my point. So with that being said, you have the absolute, then you have the relative. I'm teaching you how to think, not what to think. How to think. So let's go further. Calendars. Islamic calendar, Jewish calendar, Gregorian calendar, all these calendars, right? What are they based on? They're all based on studying the movements of the heavenly bodies. That shows if you want to go to the absolute manner of understanding time and calendars, you have to go to the heavenly bodies first. Then you look relative to your circumstances and you say, this is the Gregorian calendar, it's about this long. This is the Islamic calendar, it's about this long. This is the Jewish calendar, it's about this long. But they are all extractions of studying how planets, moons, stars move. This goes to show that if studying astronomy is not a part of the curriculum of your debate or argument over a calendar, you have not even established a method to establish facts. So anybody who would debate me would have to debate me based on having a knowledge of astronomy, a simple one. And one of the things that we know for sure is that astronomy is pretty consistent on telling us how long a year is. When we say a year, sanat, when we say a month, when we say any of those terms, we know exactly what we're saying, right? So we can calculate how long it takes the earth to go around the sun. And we'll say 365 point some odd days, 0.24 days. That's how long it takes. We can use a particular group of stars to do that. We can use the earth going around the sun. We can use methods to calculate how long a year is. Right? That's simple. So, each year, these people who are telling us to practice Ramadan do it 11 days earlier. Each year, it's 11 days earlier. Because in the calendar they're using, they don't have a calculation for an astronomical year. I want you to think deeply about how bogus this is. They are not using the astronomical calculation for a year. Last year, Ramadan was 11 days further, and this year is 11 days earlier on their calendar. But when you go to this book that they all tell you to believe in, what calendar does it give you? It gives you the one I'm going to show right now. Surah 9, verse 36 tells you, tells you this. Let's read it. Let's read it. Surah 9, verse 36 is going to give us the tropical count for a year. All right, let's go. Let's see if I can show you this. I'm going to show you the English and the so-called Arabic. All right, so here it is. Let me show y'all over here where I'm at. Show y'all on YouTube. Show y'all on Facebook. Y'all good, right? Y'all see where I'm reading from. Y'all rewind this video, y'all won't say I made it up. So what does it say in English first? It says, surely the number of months with Allah is 12 months by Allah's law. Since the day when he created the heavens and the earth. Of these, 4 are sacred. So, ever since the heavens and the earth were created, there were 12 stations, periods, and there were 4 that were sacred. The 4 sacred periods in Arabized thought is something else. But in astronomy, the 4 sacred periods are 2 equinoxes and 2 solstices. Winter solstice, summer solstice. Vernal equinox, spring equinox. That's simple. Those are the times of the changing of the seasons. And from the changing of the seasons, there are so many things you can do on Earth and calculations that you can make off of Earth. So there are 4 sacred periods in a 12-month period. And each one of those 4 has 3 periods. So what we are looking at is the tropical count for astronomy talked about in the Quran. Before the Arabization and Hadith, common sense. Now I'm going to go further. That's not it. Because that is a real count for the year. You can use the tropical calendar to count a year. So if Ramadan is the 9th month, right? If it's the 9th month, where is the new year? Where is the new year? Celestially and on earth. Everybody with sense knows the new year is actually in spring. It starts at the spring equinox. And if you count 9 months from the spring equinox on any one of these calendars that are using tropical or sidereal time, let's just use the one that we have. When we get to the 9th month, right, from the spring equinox, what is it called? Novum. Novum. Novum is Latin for what? 9. So at the end of November, which is in the 20s, you skip over to the 9th month, celestially. And then you get December, which is Deca, which is the 10th month. Y'all following me? October. Oct means 8. September. Sept means 7. Y'all get what I'm saying? Even on their attempts to do calendar writing, they were trying to sew in what the original had. They got lost. All right? So when you use common celestial count, even in astrology, I don't advocate astrology, all right? But I do advocate the polarity system, the 12 polarity system. But just using astrology, Aries is the beginning. It's ancient. So we have that here in this book. So now Ramadan, that killed him. Ramadan, according to any person in Islam, is the time where Muhammad began to receive his instructions from another man. They give him the title Jibril. All right, Jibril is a man, Muhammad is a man. They meet, Jibril begins to teach him. That was in the 9th month. So when we go to Surah 53 of the Holy Qur'an, really simple. It's called Surah Al-Najm. It talks about when Muhammad started receiving these revelations, and it gives how to calculate when that happened. Really simple. All right? So this is dagger number 2. And what does it say? By the star when it sets. So it's marking this by the setting of a star. And it mentioned nothing about a moon. It said, by the star when it sets. Your companion does not err, nor does he deviate, nor does he speak out of his own desire. It is nothing but revelation that has been revealed. One mighty in power has taught him, the Rab of strength, the Lord of strength. So he's beginning to get taught. This is Ramadan. And it's by a star that's setting. This same Surah, 53, names the star. It names the star in the 49th verse. I'll show you. Here's the name of the star right there. You see it. You see it on YouTube. You see it on Facebook. The name of the star is Sirius. It's called Al-Shira, which is a broken plural, which means that whoever knew about the star system, they use a broken plural in the context of the language to describe multiple stars, and there are 3, Sirius A, B, and C. So why is Sirius named? Sirius is named because Sirius sets at the end of November and the beginning of December every year. You can astronomically count it. I put it in this book right here, visually, and I'm going to show you so you don't argue with me. I'm going to show you Sirius setting on the horizon. All right? You can go to Stellarium, download the free software, and you can follow all of the stuff that I have shown every year for the last 11 years. I am using Bismillah with the nature of the designer of the heavens and the earth, Allah. That's what I'm using. That's where I'm starting at. And I'm comparing it to verses in the book that they say you must follow. Here is Sirius on the horizon. This is right off of Stellarium setting. That's on November 26th, a picture. So you can see it almost setting. Here you go. Y'all see that, right? That's Sirius setting on the horizon every year. Not sometimes, every year. Every year. Consistently. Exactly. charted astronomically. Bruh. So, with that being said, I've identified the sidereal calendar, star calendar, count, the time that Ramadan really is, which is when the star is setting. It said, by the star when it sets. No verse in the Quran mentions calculate Ramadan by a moon. If you find any verse that says calculate Ramadan, I didn't say Hajj, I said Ramadan, by a moon, I will give you $10,000 and I actually have it. If you can't bring it, give me $10,000 out of your brother's vest pocket. Isn't that what the messenger told us to do? Bring it. So now, this is a 436-page dissertation that I wrote on Islam to help my people get these facts. Not only is that last fact important, but the Quran goes even further and distinguishes the calendar that Muhammad had, which is star and solar based, and the outsiders, who he called Arabs. Muhammad called them Arabs and said they were the worst in belief. I'm going to say that again. In the 9th surah of the Holy Qur'an and in several other places, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, called the outside enemies Arabs. He did not refer to his own people as Arabs. That's important. That's important. Okay, so Surah 18. Let's go. Let's keep going. We're not going to let you get away. Surah 18. All right. 18 verse 25. He's talking about the people of the cave. Listen to me. He's talking Al-Kahf. The name of the surah is the cave. And he's talking about they remained in their cave 300 years and they add 9. Show you the surah verse 1825. The people of the cave. He's talking about how long these people lasted in this cave. He said it was 300 years, but he said they add 9 years to it. So do your calculation. It's very simple. 300 solar years equals 309 lunar years. Showing you who was following a lunar calendar. The people of the cave dwellers. I'm done with you. Now you're about to get your ass kicked. Now the facts are laid out. Now you're about to get your ass kicked. You need your ass kicked. Because nothing that you're doing is Bismillah now. What I just said is Bismillah. What I just said is Bismillah. What African American Muslims who follow their ignorant leadership are going to do is they're going to ally with an enemy who enslaved their people, indigenous people, for over 1,000 years. I know y'all talk about the 400 years or the 300 years or however long it was, y'all. But imagine over 1,000 years of cutting off the testicles of men, raping them of their culture, imposing an outside foreign culture on them. Imagine that, 1,000 years. There are countries in North Africa who just stopped slavery in 1987 and 1985. Do you hear me? Not only that, let's not stop there. When Muammar Gaddafi was dethroned and assassinated, a puppet leadership was put in, and till this day, original people are sold in slavery by the same enemy that I'm telling you about that's trying to get you to practice your stuff off balance. Now you say, what difference does it make if we practice Ramadan any time of the year? What difference does it make how many times we pray? What difference does it make how many times you breathe in a minute? If you are only told to breathe 3 times every minute and to continue to do that, you're going to go unconscious. So let me ask you a question. By practicing the culture of a foreigner at their instruction, what benefit do you derive sociopolitically, economically, culturally, spiritually? What benefit do you derive? What do you gain by wrongly allying with a 1,000-year-old enemy? What do you gain? When tomorrow, when these people start following all these people they're going to follow, and they're waiting on somebody in Arabia to sight the crescent, to tell them when to do something, what are they going to gain 3 generations now from that? What have you gained since Elijah Muhammad passed and built what would be the equivalent over a multi-billion-dollar empire of airplanes, restaurants, real estate, farms, schools with their own school buses and teachers? And what you had all of that when he was following his methodology relative to your time. His son came and said, no, my father's not a messenger. No. And they went with him. Minister Farrakhan, you went with him. Like, oh, no, he's not the messenger. Prophet Muhammad, a person we never saw, never met, don't know, is our messenger. And the empire fell. It stumbled and crumbled. And despite attempts to bring it back, it has never been brought back. And the reason why it's never been brought back, because you ain't bringing it back unless it's black. You're not bringing nothing black back unless it come out of the black. You came out of your black mama's womb, that star, that crescent, that moon, that earth came out of the black womb of the universe, and you ain't going nowhere trying to take something from some Neanderthals. You're not going nowhere. How are you walking around on the devil's calendar in 2020 saying you have a knowledge of self and some, I'm going to be nice, some people can tell you when to pray, can tell you about your culture, and you know they hijacked it. You are licking the sands off of an Arab sandal. Yes, I'm going to say it. Your leader or leaders are licking the sand off of the dirty Arab's feet sandals. And it is the most disgusting act that a grown man could do to lead his whole people into a pit of fire, ignorance, and stupidity to follow a bunch of foreigners who have proven they don't give a sugar honey iced tea about your black ass. So no, I do not respect you at all. I have not one atom of respect because you know better and you leading your people anyway into it. So that lets me know somebody cut a check. I used to try to be diplomatic about it and say, well, they did some good, so let them know. Because you are shitting on 7 generations from now. And because there is no mystery, God, if we don't get you before you die and there is no recompense. We're not spooky. Ain't no spirits flying up and sitting on couches and eating grapes in the hereafter. Because to eat a grape, you need a goddamn mouth. To wear silk, you need some shoulders to put that silk on. To sit on a couch, you need a black to sit on the couch. Ain't nobody stupid today. Yeah, okay. Somebody just said, no, silly, it's not grapes, it's cherries. Like I said, you have to be taught how to think and not what to think. There is not one scholar on earth who can defeat what I have said tonight. And that says that I have an opportunity to educate 1 billion people to save their asses from sliding off the side of this Arab camel that they're on into the dust of the Sahara or the dust of the Arabian desert. All of you bootlicking Negroes who are proud tomorrow to bump your head on the rug at the instruction of a foreigner, you dismissed. Your whole lineage is wasted. And I have nothing to say about that. That's on you. But you can never say nobody told you the truth, because this is the 11th year that I have been coming out and saying this. Every year, every year. Every year. So we use the al-Kitab. The al-Kitab is said to be the wisdom that the Quran came out of. The messenger said this is the best book in the hands of men, if understood. But there's a book that you don't have to carry in your hand. In fact, your hand is a book. Does not the Holy Qur'an say that we will make their hands speak? I can look at your hand and tell what kind of diet you have. I can look at your hand and tell how your mind works. That's all that indigenous palmistry stuff. Yeah. Because you're a walking book and they don't want you to learn about the al-Kitab, the mother of the writing. The mother of the writing is your body. It's the universe. It's the sun, moon, and star that you're wearing on the flag that you have desecrated now for a bunch of foreigners. You desecrated it. And all the indigenous knowledge, they don't want you to follow that. Oh, that's studying the stars. That's the devil. Oh, that's the devil. Meanwhile, these sand monkeys are running the gamut on you. They're running the gamut. And you have your wife, your children following that deviation. All I can say is you're a punk. What man would walk his family into that kind of thing? So, I'm done. I have nothing more to say. See how quick I work? 30-something minutes. The truth is out. I don't keep you here for 2 hours to run you in the ground. All right? The word Moors is English. There's no word called Moor in an indigenous language. We know what you're trying to say, and that's cool. Somebody asked a question. Our ancestors were, no, they weren't called Moors because they didn't speak English. But it's okay. Y'all want to be everything that you're not. Yeah. Y'all want to be everything that you're not. The first question in the student enrollment solves that problem. We are the original people of the earth. We've had all kind of clan names in indigenous languages, but that's then and this is now. Because if that was so good, you would have been able to keep it. So you got to use your relative knowledge now based on absolute truths to say who you are now. When you walk, brother, you say it. I'm the original man. When you walk, sister, say it. I'm the original woman. We speak in English. We're going to speak into the context of what English can be used to project who we are. We're the original people. It's just that simple. It ain't that hard. We're making it hard. And so I have nothing more to say. Take this video, share it with your family, tell your people to stop following foreigners. It's not going to benefit you. You're not going to gain anything from it. You're not going to gain anything by not knowing your own heritage and your own history. How many books are going to get sold in Ramadan? Millions of books. And this is the only book you need to defeat their argument. One book. You can go to governmentreparations.org and get this book. You can get a hard copy, you can get an ebook. And you can defeat any argument that these fools have imposed upon us. If I have done nothing in my life, I just saved 1 billion people. 1 billion who believe in the lie. And they're about to follow it tomorrow. We can do the same thing for Christianity. I'm going to go there, bruh. We can do the same thing for your fake African spirituality that you think you're following. We can go all across the globe and show that they have tainted all your indigenous sciences. And until you get your black mind back, none of it will work. It's not working for you, is it? It's not working. The angels, the Neteru, the Orishas, ain't nobody coming to your black ass aid. Now ask yourself why. The answer is very simple. The answer is very simple. Go look in the mirror if you want to see your Savior. Then get real smart. Go look in the mirror with your family and you see your foundation. Then get way smarter. Link those families together under a jurisdiction that has a code of conduct that will bring us success. That's your opportunity. If you're not going to do that, guess what? You will be defeated by your enemies who are organized, who are using the science of mating, who are studying astronomy or when to attack you, who are putting their minds together, their resources together to build weapons to destroy you. They will. And ain't nothing going to come stop them from doing it. Ain't no mystery Allah, ain't no mystery Olodumare, ain't no mystery Amun Ra, ain't no mystery nothing coming to save your ass. So if you backbite your family, you destroy your foundation. If you cheat on your husband and you cheat on your wife, you destroy the loyalty. That's the bond that builds trust, that can build lineal wealth in your family. And your children now have to see y'all argue and fight the rest of y'all life. Savages. Lost the knowledge of self. You got to get it back. It ain't that hard. And it's actually fun. I'm going to be partying this weekend. That don't mean I got a knowledge of self and I don't care about no goddamn social distancing. I'm going to have a lot of fun this weekend. But that doesn't mean that I'm not striving to live a righteous life. Righteous means to use your wisdom for your perpetual growth. That's what it means. Don't mean nothing else. So, check us out. Stay healthy. Ramadan is about cleaning your body out. We already eat 1 meal a day, so it ain't even hard for us. But we're going to practice it at the proper time because that time is a very special time around the winter solstice. Laylat al-Qadr, the night of power, is the winter solstice. It's the time that the earth and the sun and the Sirius constellation are all in alignment every year. And it is the most powerful time of the year because it is your reset button. And everything you're doing around that time projects into the future in that year. You got a body, you need to learn how to use it. You got a car, you don't know how to change the oil, you don't know how to put oil in it or gas in it, it ain't gonna run. Quit putting sand in your gas tank. Put some high-grade fuel in. Don't put no damn Arabized sand in your tank. It's not gonna run. Put some high-grade black carbon fuel in that car so it can run. Y'all, this is not that hard. Black people be making shit way harder than it actually is. And y'all know it. I'm done. Love y'all. Peace. Facebook, we out. YouTube, we out.